Hi everybody, it's Lavinia. Welcome to my channel. This is my third video in drawing and painting this rose from this picture of a rose from my garden. Again, I changed it to black and white and printed it on copy paper and then traced it out on watercolor paper. This is hot pressed watercolor paper, the Master's Touch brand. I am using the Faber-Castell Aquarelle pencils. These are water soluble pencils, and they range from HB all the way to 8B. And in the previous video, I showed you the sketch and how I started to use the pencils, and then in the following video, completed that and laid down the first wash with the first layer of pencils. So in this video, I am going to continue on. And as you can see, it's totally dry. I did use a hair dryer just to speed up that process. And you can see some of the brush strokes, some of the areas are uneven, but again, this is just a first layer, and I'm going now in with my second layer. So I'm using this 8B pencil. It's the darkest pencil in the set. And again, I'm just going to go over the areas here in the background just to make it the darkest value in this painting and drawing. So I'm just going over. So I'm going to start with the darkest areas first. Just adjust my light here so hopefully you can see that. Some sections might get cut off. It depends on the frame that I use because I am going to frame this. It may not look like I'm laying down any graphite, but I am. If you tilt it towards the light, you can see a little bit of that shine. So there you go, you can see that. And then the water gets rid of that shine and it makes it matte. I really like these pencils. And I ordered the Graphite, the Derwent Graphite water-soluble pencils. They are graphite pencils that have some tint of color in them. I ordered the 24 set. They come in, I think, a 12 and 24. I believe they also have them open stock. But I went ahead and I ordered them. They were supposed to arrive tomorrow, and they actually came in early. So I will do an unboxing and review of them and a swatch of them sometime soon. So here it's a little bit lighter, so you'll see as I put that down that the color is going down, or the graphite is going down there. And I'm also going to come here while I have this pencil, and it's very dark here in the center, so I'm going to lay some more of that down here. You can put as many layers as you'd like. I do want these dark areas to match, or at least to be the darkest. And this is how you get that contrast and how to make it, I don't want to say realistic, but the values are there. So you need that contrast in values. If everything is either too dark or too light or too medium tone, you don't get that contrast and it'll look flat. So that's a dark area here. There's another darker area here. Going to put more of that in here. think I'll start sharpening my pencil, but I may now go to my number 6, my number 6B for, actually maybe my 4B. So this is the 4B, because again, I can always make it darker. Let's see. So I'm just here now in this area. And that'll make the petals stand out against each other. I'm pressing a little bit harder than I initially did. I'm going to go a little bit darker here. Again, when you add water and it dries, it will be lighter because that graphite will get pushed around. So here, just add a little bit more. And also here, this again is the 4B. It's been a very hot weekend here. Went over 100 both days, and actually on Friday too. Pretty much the whole week was either 98 to over 100. We had a cold winter, and I can't say that I was always wishing for summer to come because I'm not a summer fan, a fan of summer. I prefer the fall. But we had quite a bit of snow that I was actually hoping that the snow would stop and just, just give us a couple of days of snow and then just have it melt. I don't mind the cold, really. Okay, so down here, choosing this area here. I'm going to go to my 2B pencil and just slightly go over in the other areas. So let's see, this here area here is a little bit darker. Just going to outline that petal. Then here. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a look at the drawing, at the photo, the reference photo, and just continue to add. Where I think it might be lighter, I'll use my 2B. Where it's not as dark as the 8B, I may use my 6B, and then just go from there. So that's what I'm going to continue on doing, and then I'll be back once I'm done with everything. I'm going to take my HB pencil and just go over the lighter areas very lightly, because this is the one of the lightest areas in the photo. And so where that is, I'm just going over with the lightest HB pencil. And then I can press down a little bit more where it's not as dark, but not the lightest either, just to get some pencil in there. I'm methodically working down the petals. So for example, in this area here where it's darker, I started with the 6B, then the 4B, and then now the 2B. I have here a piece of wax paper. I have the wax side up, but just so I can lay my hand. Otherwise I can get graphite. I started to get graphite on this side of my hand. And this is just the 2B. And here also the 2B. And that will cover up any of those lines that may have shown up in the first layer. This here also is just the 2B. And here I'll also put the 2B for this area. In some areas I only put the the HB, just to give it a little bit more color, but I think so. For example, here I'll go ahead and I'll put the HB. Let's see. And that's this section here. Just very lightly. Okay, so that's what it's looking like so far. I think I'll put, for this area here, the HB. And now I'm going to go ahead and start using some water just to get that graphite dissolved. So this is that number 6 brush that came with the kit. Let me see if I can, I don't know if that's better. So I'll start out here in the middle and just dissolve again that layer. Actually, probably what I'll do is I'll start here. Be a little bit too much water. And I'll probably end up using another layer of 8B on top of here, so that would be a 3rd layer. But it's just pretty much repeating the process, making sure that the values that you want show up. Just to give you an idea here on the petal. I actually like this hot press paper for this type of pencil, for this type of technique. There's something very calming and soothing by just using these pencils. I think it's less stressful, I think, than using watercolor. as far as for, you know, if something bleeds into another, is the paper too wet, too dry? Do you have enough water on your pencil? Is it too little water? So this is just nice, and I love to see the way that the graphite melts or dissolves. So for example here, just how that granulation just disappears. So that's pretty much what I'm going to continue to do. And if you're trying out this flower, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And thanks so much for watching, and I will probably have the final video. I'll continue working on this, putting additional layers, but my final video will be the very last layer and what it looks like. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care and see you soon. Bye.